Hey guys, this is Kristen here and welcome to lesson 5. We're going to be reviewing everything that you learned in lesson 4, like whole step, half step. We're going to review the G and B flat scales and the chromatic scale, and then we're going to introduce arpeggios and what else? The D scale. Okay guys, we're going to start our review with the half step. So if you remember, the half step is the distance between two adjacent keys. So C to C sharp will be a half step, and then a whole step is basically two half steps put together. Like a half step plus a half step equals a whole step. So half step, half step. So C to D is a whole step. And remember that E to F is a half step and B to C is a half step because they have no keys in between them. Next, we're going to review the two scales you learned in lesson 4, starting with the G scale on the right hand. The G scale on the right hand is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you just come right back down the same way you came. G scale on your left hand is the same thing except just backwards. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And it sounds like this. And then we have the B flat scale. You have 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back down. Sounds like this. And then you have it on your left hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. That's it. Okay. Now we're going to review the chromatic scale. Remember, that's the scale that all the keys are in, white and black. And you can play this up and down the whole keyboard very easily. So your left and your right hand pretty much play it the same way, but I'm going to go over each one. So for your left hand, it's 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. And you play that all the way up and down. And I'm going to play it for you right now. So that's it on your left hand, and then your right hand is the same way, uses the same fingers, it's just backwards. So 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. You can end it on C, or you don't have to, you can keep going. We're going to go back down. And that's it on your right hand. Now we're going to get into the new material for this lesson. We're going to talk about arpeggios and what those are. Typically, after you play a scale, you're going to play an arpeggio following. And what an arpeggio is the first, the third, the fifth, and then the first note again after a scale. So I'm going to demonstrate what the arpeggio is in C first. So you're going to hit the first note, the third note, the fifth note, and then you're going to hit the octave C again. It's the first, the third, the fifth, and then the one again in every scale you play. And you usually play those after you play the scale. And if you notice, arpeggios make a chord, and we're going to go over that later. But to introduce chords to you guys, we're going to introduce arpeggios first, so that way you know how to find chords. So a root arpeggio consists primarily of the first, the third, and fifth notes within a given major scale that are played in a sequential pattern, either ascending or descending. That's what your vocab sheet says. So I just showed you the arpeggio in C. We're going to find it in F, G, B flat, and D. So I'm going to find all of these for you guys and show you exactly where they are. So for the F arpeggio, you start with the 1, count your way up to the third note, find the fifth note, and then the F again, octave. So your arpeggio sounds like this. What you're going to find is arpeggios will stretch your hands, so that way you'll be able to reach an octave. Really challenge yourself to be able to reach the octave, like this. It's the same thing with C. It'll stretch your hands. If you can get yourself to play them like that, chords and octaves are going to come a lot easier to you. So now we're going to find it in G. You should already know these scales, so I'm just finding the arpeggios for you guys. So you have the first note, the third note, the fifth note, and then the octave. And now the last one I'm going to do is B flat. This one has some black keys in it. It's kind of tricky. So the first note, the third note, the fifth note in the scale, and then the B flat. Okay, so now we kind of understand what arpeggios are. We're going to introduce the D scale, and then once I introduce that scale, I will teach you guys the arpeggio in that. So here we are. I'm going to teach it to you one octave on your right hand first. So the D scale goes like this. It's exactly how you play the C scale. The finger numbers are the same, it's just different keys. So you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you notice, the D scale has two sharps, and they are F sharp and C sharp. The rest of the scale is all white keys. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back down. And since I'm already here, I'm going to teach you guys the arpeggio. So if you notice, D, that's the first note. Count up. F sharp is the third note. A is the fifth note. And then you have D again. So when you play a scale and then the arpeggio following, it usually sounds something like this. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and learn it on our left hand, the scale and the arpeggio. So like I said, it's exactly how you play the C scale, just different keys. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So here we are. So that's all the new material we have for you guys in this lesson. But your challenge is going to be to learn the D major scale and have it memorized with both hands, and also find arpeggios in all the scales you've learned so far, including D, and memorize those as well. And that's it for you guys. Congratulations, you just completed your 5th lesson to becoming a worship keyboard player.